For which of the following surfaces is the range of albedos the greatest? So we take maximum and we subtract the minimum. So we're looking for the greatest difference between the two. If you look at snow, that's a 0.43 difference. And you compare that to the desert, the crop, and the meadows, the difference between those is much smaller for all of them. So D is the right answer. To find the range, we look at the largest one, 11,033, and we subtract from that the smallest one, 10,047. This gives us 986. What is the range of the combined data set? The minimum over here is 10, and the maximum here is 160. If you take 160 minus 10, you get 150. Standard deviation is about the spread of the data, how close they are to each other. You'll notice in data set B, we have a huge range from the 20,000s to the 600,000s, and the max for data set A is much smaller, so they're closer together. So the standard deviation of set B is larger than the standard deviation of set A, because there's a greater spread. If we take the max minus the min for each of these data sets, data set D has a range of 6. So we're looking at 21 days in March for both of these cities, and we see that this one has a ton of days that are 79 degrees, almost 2/3 of all the days. This one, they are far more spread out. There's 6 at the max and 6 at the min. So the standard deviation here for city B is going to be larger, because the spread is larger. The smallest standard deviation will be those dots that are closest together, or are closest to the average. And if you look at data set D, it's far less spread out than the other choices. If you look at survey A and B, the standard deviations are the same, but the average is higher for survey B. Because the standard deviations are the same, it is not true to say that there is a greater variation. You could say the variation is the same. All we need to find the variation is the standard deviation, so that's why we can pick C.